get started. You need your interactive notebook out, turn it to a clean page. Yesterday, we took our pre-assessment. Can you take the magnet out, please? We took our pre-assessment for the parts of the letter. Based on that pre-assessment, I realized that we needed to spend a day or a couple more days on letter writing, okay? So that's what we're going to be working on today, is focusing on letter writing. But before we get into that, I want to read off these two quotes. Autumn, will you read the first quote for me?
If I knew then what I know now.
The second quote, life too is like that. You live it forward, but understand it backwards. Okay, let's reread those. If I knew then what I know now. Life too is like that. You live it forward, but you understand it backwards. These two quotes are used when someone is reflecting back on their life or on an event that has happened. It's normally when they regret something. Put yourself in this situation. Think about the beginning of the school year. If you knew then what you knew now, is there something that you would have changed? Think about those things. Life too is like that. You live it forward but understand it backward. I want you to think about those two quotes. Think about these two quotes. And what is something you would tell yourself on the first day of 6th grade? What is something you would tell yourself on the first day of 6th grade? Just think about that. Has there ever been a time that you have regretted a decision? I think we can all kind of say yes to that, yes. Maybe it's, some people regret the decision, oh, I shouldn't have bought this house. I shouldn't have bought this car. I shouldn't have made that trip. What are some other decisions that someone could regret? Yes.
Not studying.
Not studying enough? Why?
Because then you get bad grades.
You could get a bad grade. And you regret, you think, oh, if I knew then what I know now, I would study more. I'm going to give you 5 minutes to brainstorm and think of a bulleted list. Just write down a bulleted list of answers for the questions that I've given you. The first question, what is something you would tell yourself on the first day of 6th grade? What is something you would tell yourself on the first day of 6th grade? Make sure you have your date at the top of your paper. Was there ever a time that you don't have to answer this out loud, answer it on your paper, regretted a decision? Was there ever a time that you regretted a decision? If you knew that decision would turn out the way it did, would you have still made it? I'm going to give you 5 minutes. I'm actually going to give you 3 minutes just because we are running short on time today. So I'm going to give you 3 minutes, and I want you to write down a bulleted list of as many things as possible to answer that question or to answer the two quotes. If I knew then what I know now, life too is like that. You live it forward but understand it backwards. Or if you're just reflecting back on your life, a short list of what you would change. Question number 3. If you knew that decision would turn out the way it did, would you have still made it? Remember to think about these two quotes when you're reflecting back on your life. If you knew that decision would turn out the way it did, would you have still made it? If you knew that decision still had that effect, would you still have made that decision? I'm going to give you 1 more minute. We're going to make sure you get the date. Okay. this list. Yes. Okay. You are going to use this list to help you write your prompt for your writing assignment today. You're going to use this list later on to think of ideas of what to write about. So, what I want you to do is go ahead and close that up. Put a pencil in it or something when you will need to reference back to that page. Just scoot it to the side there. This has a lot to do with our writing prompt today. Our writing prompt is going to be, you're going to write letters to the 5th grade students, and we're going to give them these letters. And you're going to tell them how to survive 6th grade. That's pretty much what the prompt is about. This will be due tomorrow, so it'll be homework tonight. Okay? First, I'm going to start reading our I can statement. Jacob, can you read the first one for me? Nice and loud.
Narratives in the form of friendly letters to develop real or imagined experiences or events using effective technique, relevant descriptive detail, and well-structured event sequences.
I'm going to break this down because that was a lot. I'm going to break this down. We will narrate in the form of a friendly letter. So what are we going to do? We're going to narrate in the form of what?
A
friendly letter. We're going to develop real or imagined experiences. So you're going to use your own experiences or events using effective technique, relevant descriptive details, and well-structured event sequences. What's it mean if something is in a sequence? Shake a balloon. No, I'm just answering my question. What does it mean if something's in a sequence? Yes, very good. Perfect word. Order. It's in order. I woke up this morning. I walked to the bathroom. Next, I brushed my teeth. It's in order of how it happened. Why is this important to you as a 6th grader? Why is it important? Why am I teaching you this? Why is this important to you as a 6th grader? Emily.
So that way at the end of the year, if it passes to list like the steps and everything like memo or something,
That is true. She gave the example of memo, so that when she's writing a memo, she can keep it in sequence. Does this only fit to letter and memo? What does this fit with? It does fit with everyday life. Articles, what else? Editorials, what did you say, Emily? Every single form. Every single form. It's important that they're organized and they're in sequence. That's why it's important to you. The second one is name the parts of the letter writing format and maintain this formal writing style. What does that mean to you as a 6th grader? What does that mean? Name the parts of what? Of what writing format are we using today? Letter. Yes. So you can name the parts. And again, why is this important to you? Emily.
so that way we don't write it like two or one like using LOL, something like
Okay. So we need to separate informal from formal. We need to separate informal from formal. Let's move on. I need Emily and Sierra. Split these up. Pass these out really quickly. Now, in order for us to maintain the style of a letter, guys, sit up, Grace, look at me. In order to maintain the style of a letter, we need to know the parts of a letter. Emily and Sierra are passing out their parts of a letter song, and we are going to sing it today to practice. So we know all 5 parts of the letter. You just put them right there at the end of the table. Emily, when you're finished, just put them at the end of the table. Okay. Does everyone have parts of the letter song?
No.
This one is a little bit different than one that you have learned before, so you need to pay attention, okay? You can look at the video or at your lyrics. The lyrics are just for you to keep. Not yet. Ready? Parts of the letter. Parts of the letter. tell everyone to stand up. I want everyone to stand up.